everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to try and show you reverse stamping today. I'm not massively skilled in reverse stamping, so it's a learning curve for me too. I'm going to be using the beautiful unicorn plate. A lot of people have struggled with this plate, I've seen on lots of forums. I think, to be honest, it's got some sticky layer on that it needs removing. Just make sure you give it a really good clean with the acetone. And as with any stamping, the trick is to work quickly with plenty of polish. So get in there, do it quickly, and then it picks up. If you can see that properly. See, picks up really, really nicely. So we let that just set just for a second. But you still have to work reasonably quickly. I'm going to ignore my plate for now. I'm not bothered about that. But I'm just going to get some sellotape and just whiz off anything I don't want, like that, for instance. So we've got our little design there. I've picked 3 quite pretty colours to play with. Now there's lots of different ways to stamp. You can do it on a mat, you can do it on your sticky jelly, what's it? Stamper, try and find the right word for you. There's lots of different ways to do it. Now when it's on the jelly stamper, it is quite fragile, so you have to be a little bit careful with it. But I'm just taking my stamping polishes and my little fine liner brush. I'm just dipping in, make sure you put it back in your pot. And you're literally just going to paint the bits that you want. Now, it's called reverse stamping for a reason. You are going to turn it over. So when you do this, just go up to the line, but you can see how with the white I'm actually going over the black lines. Be very, very careful not to tear it. Don't run out of polish. Go back and get some more. Even if it's a tiny bit thicker than you usually would, it's safer than any other way of doing it. So my unicorn's going to be white. So obviously when you turn it over, I'll try and show you again. When you turn it over, the bits that show up are the white bits, but you've still got the design on there, if that makes sense. So that's the big section of the white. I'm just going to go ahead and clean my brush in between applications, just on a bit of cloth with isopropyl alcohol or acetone, depending on what you want to use. That was acetone. And I'm just going to go in, pick up a blob of pink. And I'm going to fill in, say, every other piece of the mane in pink. Again, be very careful not to cross the lines, but you can make sure it's nice and evenly covered. Clean in between, and we'll go on to another colour. I'll show you without getting in the way of my camera. So dip in, place the lid, again let's dab next to the pink, that one blue as well. So to be really careful not to tear your design, that's the main thing when you're doing this. And then we'll choose the yellow. Now if you leave anything empty, well, I'm going to leave the flowers empty as you'll see in a minute, that will obviously pick up the base colour of your nail. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the yellow in the gaps where I want it. Quite like that there, I think that's quite cute, so we'll do those bits. So if you turn it over, you should be able to see through it now. And you'll see all the colours starting to emerge. If you think there's any gaps, fill them in. If you don't want it looking too patchy, there's a little bit of blue I've missed. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill those in a bit better. Okay. So as long as it's not too wet or too sort of bulkily covered, you should now be able to go ahead and stamp that onto your pop. So we look down the viewfinder, press and roll. So it's all rolled over and then roll off. And there you have a unicorn that's worked. Check me out. So you can see all the purple flowers that I left are now purple flowers in the unicorn pattern. I hope you found this helpful. Do persevere with stamping, it is well worth it. Your clients will love it. You can charge more for it. It's worth the try. Thank you very much for subscribing and liking my videos, guys. Appreciate it. See you all soon. Bye.